Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Symphogear Season 4, Episode 6. We are right in the middle of the dream sequence with Elf9 and Maria trying to figure out what part of her brain is the one that triggers the connection between the Symphogear. So that's interesting stuff. Dream sequences are always interesting to go through, so we'll see what happens with that. They also kind of talked about trying to like practice, or I guess they were actually doing it, practice to increase their sync rate, which it seems like some of the other characters kind of dismissed as like not really a possibility, but I talked a lot about whether like I wonder if it is, because it'd be cool. I'm always like into the idea of like those characters in shows and stuff that like build up tolerances to poison, by drinking little bits of it at a time. So I'm always like a big fan of that kind of thing. So maybe there's a way to build up tolerance to your sync rate kind of thing. Or I guess a better term would be to increase your sync rate, right? So that way it doesn't do as much damage to your body. But anyway, we'll see what the solution they come up to with. I'm sure it's going to end up being Elf9 solving the issue of not being able to make more linker. She's gonna figure out how and stuff like that, hopefully, anyway, so our girls can fight again. So yeah, let's watch the episode and find out. We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. Sorry for flipping you off. I did my fingers in the wrong order, but we're just going with it. It's so crazy how I can do these videos, so many videos, and I don't make that mistake, and then every now and then I just brain fart, and like... It's not the first time. Other times I've been like sitting here and I'm like, which finger do I do next? And then I have to start the whole count over again. You may notice that, once again, the games behind me are in a different order. We, had my flooring redone. Actually, my last couple videos I did, not for this show, but for other shows this week that I recorded, there were no books in that bookcase back there. And one of them, even the fridge wasn't there either, because I was just... I had the flooring put in, so this whole room was emptied out. And then... I put back in the bare necessities, like the computer desk, bed, and everything, just enough to live with, because I was exhausted from emptying the room, and I did some other stuff that day that just wore me out, and then I had to move stuff back in. I'm like, I'm only gonna do a couple things. And my back was killing me the next day, so I went like a whole nother day of not moving the games back and stuff. So... But... I sucked it up today and got everything done, so the whole room is put back together. There's one thing that isn't, because I needed another person, and I didn't have another person to help me. I usually have, like, right touching that touching that fridge, actually, on the other side of it from the bookcase, is, usually my exercise bike. So that's what I can't carry back in myself. Alrighty. Your perception of him. Say I'd rather see Serena than this guy. What? Alright, stay together, guys. Very good idea. Hibiki! Have we seen Hibiki transform this season? Yeah. Kung Fu. Someone's gonna get mad at me because that's probably not Kung Fu at all. And they're gonna be like, those hand movements are actually Krav Maga. There's like a little bit of auto-tune, it sounded like, on our voice there for a second. Nice. I also don't think I put my camera back in the same spot as it was before, but it works. Sorry. I get distracted by things. My big ass sword! Taste it. Like it. Jesus! I don't know why it shocks me every time when she just spawns out enormous missiles. Oh no, it's like a Hydra. They just separated. Not good. Yeah. Okay. Where did she get that? Who was driving it? I didn't get to see. Uh-oh. You can just vomit out more alkanoids. Is this like one on the level of that that one we saw that like put them in a little reality marble before? Is this one of their like 3 big boys? Or is this just a really fancy alkanoids? Is it separating again? Or... It did. But only has 1 head now, so maybe now that it's down to 1 head, it'll be destroyed if they break it? No. No death. It's interesting that they're struggling so, like, it seems like they're struggling so much in the machinery out in the real world. But they're not in distress here. Like, I would have thought they'd be acting that way out in the real world because they're in danger in here, right? And freaking out. I wish I had an inner cosmos. It's more like just a big old hungry stomach. In this world, the cosmos would be whispering, food. I want food. Soda. Candy. Food. Well, that's not good. See, now I expect their bodies to be tweaking out. Oh, I love that she, like, hit some of them with her cape. I guess we saw them reform the head, right? I was gonna say, maybe if you don't, like, they keep splitting him down the middle, maybe if they don't do that. Yeah, she's working up a sweat. I think he missed a couple shots. Okay. What happens when they're... Wait, is this at her? Okay, no, this is Hibiki's. I was gonna say, did hers come back? Hibiki. Oh shit, a little worm tail. No. Come on, Maria. No. These fuckers. Why? Just let these kids be kids. Just ask them to go first. It's not like they're refusing. Be like, kids, move up, or there's going to be punishment. And then when they don't move up, then whip them. No, I'm just kidding. That kid's foot was all twisted around, by the way. It's fucked up. I don't know if that's how raising people. I mean, that's a pretty analogy and everything, but I don't know if I'd say it's good for our children to have harsh, shitty environments just so they can grow up to be nicer or something. But if this is what she needs, sure. Guess it works for her. Hmm. Alright. So she know how to do it now? Just takes right off. I've got experimenting to do. Alright. Oh! So they can just multiply from even just a little bit of it left? Drop kick. Nice. Oh shit. Jeez. Just break their spirit by overwhelming numbers. Yeah, believe in your justice and grip it tight. Oh. They came here? Alright. No way she finished the linker, right? Are they just gonna deal with it? The pain? Alright. Oh, we haven't seen Shrabe's this season. Because I remember there was another part where it showed Kirika, but not Shrabe, and I thought about that. Nice, some more yo-yo action. Sweet. I love the yo-yos. I did last time too. Alright. Wow. Elf 9 did it? That quick? That was some anime timing. Hey. Nice. Took out the one that ran, I think. Talked to her. Jeez. That one got, like, mutilated. Alright, we got the Alchemist to deal with, too. Nice. Some decent animation in these fights here. Ooh, she had the crazy face for a second there. Whoa! That's new, I think. Or at least new to me. I don't remember seeing it before. Her skirt turned into a razor blade. Shit. It's kind of like the guillotine thing that she did, that Kirika does, but like a combo of them. Saint Germain coming in for the save. They going through the ship? They are. I hope that wasn't expensive. Uh-oh. Dodge. Oh, Hibiki. Nice. Yeah. Chris. I was coming in with the jabs. You keep saying that, but what does it mean? The Lunar Ruins. Okay. Every time we fight, we're gonna get a tiny bit more info, aren't we? Is this new? I don't remember this. This is interesting. They're singing about their different gear, though. Ichival. Like the first line mentioned, yeah, right there, Gungnir. And then... Argit Tron. I don't remember which one that one was. That one might have been Maria's? It's interesting. I don't recognize this as being the outro song, but maybe I'm just crazy. I mean, I've only heard it 5 other times, so maybe I just forgot. It's been a crazy week for me, so if I forgot, it would not surprise me. Oh, man. Alright, that is it, guys, for episode 6. So, one thing I wanted to go back and see real fast. I wanted to see... There was that scene where Chris was crossing the water. She just suddenly had like a boat or a jet ski of some sort and was crossing the water, and I just wanted to see oh shit, I was just there. God damn it. She's just, there's no one driving it. Yeah, it's just, oh my god, that's so badass. No, she's like standing on this tiny little boat. It's not even like a jet ski. It's like a tiny little boat with a motor in the back, and it has a little steering wheel, and she's standing on it with one of her feet on the wheel, keeping it straight, I think. That's so funny. Okay. I was wondering, like, who's the hero that drove her out into the middle of the water battling this Hydra-ass Alkanoid monster, you know? But no, she was just on the boat herself. That's so fun. What'd she get it from? Did she just steal it? I guess they're part of the government. They just do whatever they want, right? It's so funny. I just had to go back and see that. But yeah. It's just such a... I'm looking at one of the shots at, like... at least on my video, it's 6 minutes and 43 seconds, roughly. And it's like a top-down shot from the sky looking at her, and the boat just looks so tiny. Like, she takes up over half the boat. It's, okay. But yeah, so the main thing for me in this episode, because I mean, really, it was a lot of fighting, but the main thing for me was obviously the dream sequence and getting Linker fixed and working, so now all of our girls can fight, which is a big deal. Linker is tied to the parts of the brain that have to do with, you know, love, helping people, you know, as they said, connections with people and all that. And by going into the memories and seeing how she was raised by Nastasia and everything, and realizing and accepting that it wasn't all bad, you know? Like, yes, she went through some shit when she was younger, but all of that built her into the character that she has today, is basically what she came to accept, and it made her realize that, you know, I think she said that Nastasia, like, saved them from dying, so I don't know if it was something where if the experiments failed... I don't know. I don't know if it... I just thought of something else, too, so I'll get into it, but, I don't know if, like, the experiments failed was my initial thought, then maybe they... whatever organization she was working for at the time, I know we had the name, but... maybe they just killed whoever were the failures and moved on. And so, because Maria was saying, like, the way she, like, instilled this discipline in us and made sure we kept going so that way we stayed alive. But then it just made me realize maybe Maria's talking about, like, oh, she helped me keep pushing forward so that way I was skilled enough to not die, right? So that way she had the abilities needed when she was in a tight spot to save herself, kind of thing, right? So it could be something like that. Maybe they weren't just, like, killing kids that didn't work out or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was cool having Maria come to these realizations, and then we had Elf9 find that, and man, that was definitely some anime shit, right? Where she was able to remap the linker to that part of the brain that quickly in order for them to get there and join this fight that was going on. And, you know, obviously there could be wonkiness in time. Like, I assume everything was happening at the same time, right? But I guess it's possible that we were seeing the dream stuff happening, like, a few hours before. Well, no, because that doesn't make sense, because the other girls were on the outside and, like, left to go, or they stayed to, like, protect them while everything else was going on, right? The two people in the dream. Yeah, I mean, I think it was going side by side. I think it's just one of those anime things where it's like, Elf9 was able to get out of that dream, run to her lab, concoct the linker drug, all within the time that they're fighting these monsters. And I know... what I will say is they did mention, like, we saw how tired Tsubasa was, and, you know, we also saw Hibiki getting tired, and they talked about it being an endurance match, you know. So basically they were saying that this fight went on for a long time, probably a lot longer than what we actually saw, you know. So I think that's probably the big thing to keep in mind, is Elf9 did have a decent amount of time because of how long this fight dragged on for. So, yeah. But I mean, other than that, we finished the linker, so no more of that. Like, oh no, we don't have the linker, so we can't fight. So you have all of our girls, all hands on deck, and you know, now they just straight up outnumbered these other girls. So I wonder, and they definitely don't seem too happy about it. So I wonder how that will go, because I know those three girls are strong. I no doubt think it's gonna still be a challenge for our girls to win in a straight up fight. But I mean, it's also, you know, it's only episode 6, so we're probably gonna have a moment where they just run again, kind of thing. But this time they mentioned the lunar ruins. I don't really know what that is. Once again, it's kind of like last season where we had, you know, just, or not actually, well, last season we had a couple, but the season before that they did that a lot, where they were like, oh, the oh shoot, what was it called now? It was like, not the Foundation, it was like the, it would have been back in season 3, they kept mentioning it. The, what was that, like, big building thing? I didn't realize, oh wait, no, it would have been season 2, that's right. Season 3 was the, that's my bad. That's why I'm not seeing it in my notes. I guess that was one of the things. It mentioned, like, the Senki and Goddess Zababa. They mentioned, like, a bunch of things back to back in a few episodes, and we were just like, what does all that mean? The Frontier. There we go. I knew it started with an F. The Frontier was another thing they kept saying throughout the season, and we were like, what's that? So I'm sure the lunar ruins is going to be a similar thing. And once again, they mentioned here that they're trying to break the Curse of Balal, just like Fine was. So I wonder, you know, I wonder what the world would be like if that curse got broken. Because, like, I vaguely understand what they mean, but, like, what would happen to humanity if that curse was suddenly broken, right? Like, I know it had to do with, like, the divide of languages, and that's why not everyone is united and stuff like that, and we have all these other countries and, you know, wars and battles and misunderstandings and stuff like that. It's like the Curse of Balal that, like, confused everyone, kind of thing. Or at least that's, like, a small gist of it, right? So, like, what happens within our brains? Like, I'm just thinking, like, in our world, right? If that curse existed, and, like, obviously I know it's like, it's an actual, like, biblical thing. I don't know exactly what religion it's tied to and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm not good with religions and everything, but, like, so I don't want to dismiss and be like, oh yeah, all that fake stuff, you know, because I know there is, like, it's based off some real religious stuff, but I'm just curious, like, if that was to suddenly be lifted, right, what would happen to people? Would we suddenly, like, all understand one language? Would we all understand each other's languages? Would we just be able to unite and understand each other better, maybe more in, like, the mental capacity rather than, like, actually physically understanding each other's languages? That might not happen, but just, like, the gripes and wars and disagreements that we have, like, between different countries and everything, would those just all get settled suddenly? I don't know. I'm just curious on, like, what are those girls hoping to happen as soon as they, like, lift that curse? Like, what is the world that they envision? That's just what I'm kind of curious on, you know? And does it happen, like, immediately, or is it something that happens, like, over time, right? I don't know. But definitely interesting stuff. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below, where you can see 2 more episodes. Actually, no, sorry. This show doesn't get early access. This is a Patreon show, which means if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you get access to the rest of Season 4 and all of Season 5 on my Patreon, and you get access to whatever has replaced this show at this point. So if you're already supporting me on Patreon, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, that'll be it for me, and I'll see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.